Hello guys, hi. I welcome you all to the mock test 27, 28, 29, 30th June, which was pending. Nuclear capable subsonic cruise missile was successfully test fired from ITR by India. ITR means the integrated test range by India. So what is the name of this missile? Kindly give the correct answer. The answer for the same is that this subsonic cruise missile is known as Nirbhay. So Nirbhay was launched from the Integrated Launch Complex 3rd of the ITR, and this was launched from Chandipur off Odisha coast. So ITR range is located in Chandipur, and the missile that was launched was Nirbhay. Very important, because the question can come even static GK wise, that in which city of Odisha is the integrated test range located, or Nirbhay subsonic cruise missile was fired from which state. The other question that can come is that 1000 kilometer from this has the 1000 kilometer range. International Financial Service Center Authority formed a committee for the development of avenues for ship financing and leasing. Who among the following will be the chairman of the committee? So IFSCA has formed a committee for the development of avenues of ship financing and leasing. Who will be the chairman of this committee? The answer is Vandana Agarwal. So Vandana Agarwal is going to examine the best practices in ship financing and leasing, and she will devise a roadmap so that she can enable such activities from GIFT ISC, that is the Gandhinagar, the Gujarat one, the regulator said in a release. Very important. It's very important that we increase our shipbuilding capacities, our Indian Navy capacities, because India has a large coastline of 7,500 kilometers. It's like this. That's why it is known as Indian Ocean. It's not known as China Ocean, or it's not known as American Ocean, but the landmass gives a definitive advantage to India. So that's why it's known as Indian Ocean. India's share in the global engineering and research development market is expected to grow at a compound annual growth rate of 12 to 13% to reach the USD 63 billion by which year, according to the industrial body NASSCOM. So by which year this goal is going to be reached? Kindly think and answer. The answer for the same is that it is going to reach a growth rate of 12 to 13% and USD 63 billion by 2025. So India's share in the global engineering and research development ER&D market is expected to grow at a compound annual growth rate of 12 to 13% to reach USD 63 billion by 2025. Right? Very important. India has attracted a total foreign direct investment inflow of what amount in April 2021, which is 38% higher compared to the total inflow of $4.53 billion in the corresponding month last year. So India has attracted a total foreign direct investment inflow of what amount? The answer for the same goes to India has attracted USD $6.24 billion. So India has attracted an inflow of $6.24 billion in April 2021, which is 38% higher compared to the total inflow of $4.53 billion in the corresponding month last year, that is in 2020. World Bank Board of Executive Director has approved what amount of loan under the Resilient Kerala program so that they can support Kerala's preparedness against natural disasters, climate change impacts and COVID-19. The answer for the same is that the World Bank of Executive Directors have approved USD $125 million program. So World Bank of Executive Director approved this $125 million program to support Kerala's preparedness against natural disasters, flooding, climate change impacts due to increased sea levels, disease outbreaks and pandemics. Right? The heavy monsoon of 2018 was the worst Kerala had seen nearly in a century, triggering devastating floods and landslides which impacted more than 5 million people, mainly in the Pamba River basin. Women personal care brand Clovia, in partnership with which insurance company, has launched a tailor-made insurance policy, Women's Cancer Shield, for breast cancer female patients. The answer for the same is that Clovia has partnered with Alliance Insurance. So Clovia is basically a brand which makes bras and bras, underwears, female undergarments, And this personal care brand Clovia, in partnership with Alliance Insurance, has launched a tailor-made insurance policy, Women's Cancer Shield, because women are mostly suffering from breast cancer. It's now a very common thing after 30, 35, 40. So that's why this scheme has been launched. Let's go ahead. Which bank has launched the Arogyam Healthcare Business Loan? So Arogyam Healthcare Business Loan has been launched by which bank? The answer for the same goes to State Bank of India. So State Bank of India has launched the Arogyam Healthcare Business Loan Plan. Right, under this new product, entire healthcare ecosystem such as hospitals, nursing homes, diagnostic centers, pathology labs, manufacturers, suppliers, importers, logistics firms engaged in this critical healthcare supply can avail loans up to rupees 100 crore. Which institute has been ranked as the best in India in the QS Executive MBA Rankings 2021 of Quarterly Simons? It's an Australian based ranking system. The answer for the same goes to IIM Bangalore. So IIM Bangalore is ranked the best in India in the QS Executive MBA rankings. So the postgraduate program in the Enterprise Management PGPEM of Indian Institute of Management Bangalore has been ranked as the best in India in the latest edition of QS Executive MBA rankings. Very important, right? Who among the following has attended a meeting of the top security officials from the member nations of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization in Tajikistan capital Dushanbe? The answer for the same goes to NSA Ajit Doval. So National Security Advisor Ajit Doval on Wednesday attended a meeting of the top security officials from member nations of the SCO in Tajikistan capital Dushanbe. Tajikistan is the current president of SCO and is hosting the meeting of top national security official of 8 nations. Right? Pakistan National Security Advisor Mohit Yusuf, Afghan NSA Hamdullah Mohib are among the participants in the in-person meeting discussing key regional security issues including the evolving situation in Afghanistan. Which of the following state has recently become the first rabies-free state in India? Kindly give the correct answer. The answer for the same goes to that the first rabies-free state in India. Rabies is a disease which happens because of the bite from the dog. So the first rabies-free state in India is Goa. So Goa has not reported a single rabies case in the last 3 years, Chief Minister Pramod Sawant said on Wednesday, making Goa the first rabies-free state in the country. Very important. Who among the following has recently addressed the third edition of the Northern Zone Food Processing Summit organized by the Confederation of Indian Industry through video conference? The answer goes to Narendra Singh Tomar. So Union Minister for Agriculture and Farmer Welfare, Food Processing Industry, Rural Development and Panchayati Raj, Shri Narendra Singh Tomar addressed the third edition of the Northern Zone Food Processing Summit organized by the Confederation of Indian Industry through video conference. Very important. Mukhyamantri COVID-19 Parivar Arthik Sahayata Yojana was launched by which UT or state? Kindly give the correct answer. The answer goes to Delhi. So Mukhyamantri COVID-19 Parivar Arthik Sahayata Yojana to avail financial assistance was given by the Delhi government. Under this scheme, an ex gratia of 50,000 will be provided to those who have lost a family member to the coronavirus. International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking was observed on which date? Kindly give the correct answer. International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking. The answer goes to June 26th. So, the General Assembly in December 1987, this is the UN General Assembly, decided to observe 26 June as International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking. This is a very prominent thing. Girls from poor families or girls who are in need are often trapped by pimps, sex slaves, and by sex trade workers, and they come, like for example, to Delhi GB Road or to Calcutta's Sonagachi market, and then they are illicitly trafficked, right? Because they are brought, like they will be given as home help, or they will be given a job, but then instead of the job they are given to a pimp or an agent. International Day in support of victims of torture was observed on which date? The answer for the same is that International Day in support of victims of torture was observed on June 26. So International Day in support of victims of torture is observed on 26 June every year by the United Nations. The day is a mark to urge all stakeholders to unite for those who have faced or are facing abuse and torture. Very important, because torture is also another form of abuse which persons face. Centre has recently released full list of Smart City Award 2020 winner. Which state has emerged as the top among all states, followed by Madhya Pradesh and Tamil Nadu under the Smart City Award? So which state is the number one state according to the Smart Cities Award 2020? Kindly give the correct answer. The answer for the same goes to Uttar Pradesh. So Uttar Pradesh has won the first prize, right? Emerged as the top among all states, followed by Madhya Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. The Smart City Award, first city goes to this Indore, Madhya Pradesh, and Surat, Gujarat. They won the Smart City Awards for their overall development. So you can see it here. I will stop here for 30 seconds. You can learn. I hope it's done. Let's go ahead. Which platform has officially launched its new Windows operating system, Windows 11, called as the next generation of Windows? It's very simple. Microsoft. So Microsoft has launched Windows 11, which is the next generation of Windows. The newest version comes 6 years after the tech giant introduced Windows 10 to the world. Right? Very important. India's first indigenous aircraft carrier is going to be commissioned in which year? Aircraft carriers are very important because they are the islands of the nation in high seas. So kindly give the correct answer. The answer for the same is 2022. So in next year, India's first indigenous aircraft carrier, that is built in India, will be commissioned and its compared capability, reach and versatility will add formidable capabilities in the country's defense. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh said on Friday. Which company and Google Cloud are embarking on a comprehensive long-term strategic relationship with the goal of powering 5G in enterprise and consumer segments nationwide? So which company and Google Cloud are embarking on a comprehensive long-term strategic relationship? The answer for the same is Jio and Google Cloud. So Reliance Jio Infocom Limited, a subsidiary of Reliance Industries Limited, and Google Cloud are embarking on a comprehensive long-term strategic relationship with the goal of empowering 5G in enterprise and consumer segments nations worldwide. Even this Tata Group and Airtel or Vodafone? I think Airtel. So Tata Group and Airtel have also announced a collaborative partnership to take on Jio. So this is basically Jio and Google who are coming together. Reliance will take advantage of Google Cloud's scalable infrastructure, thereby enabling its retail business to achieve better operational efficiency, modernization and scale for growth and deliver better performance. While Google will provide a complete end-to-end cloud offering for a fully automated life cycle management of Jio's 5G network and services. Which state government has recently issued a formal order dispensing with the process of interviews for all future recruitments into the government service, including the executive posts. So now there will be no interviews, because interview means bribes. So this state government has taken a very important step in that direction. So which state government has done away with the interviews? The answer goes to Andhra Pradesh government. None of these. So Andhra Pradesh government has taken this decision, right? So they have made a formal order dispensing with the process of interviews of all future recruitments into government service, including the executive posts, that means the first class gazetted officer posts. The Chief Minister Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy at a high level meeting on recruitment took the decision to do away with the personal interviews for all recruitment through the AP Public Service Commission. Who among the following has been appointed as the acting Central Vigilance Commissioner in the Central Vigilance Commission? Kindly give the correct answer. The answer for the same goes to that Suresh N. Patel has been appointed as the acting Central Vigilance Commissioner. So Central Vigilance Commissioner Suresh N. Patel will act as the Central Vigilance Commissioner in the Central Vigilance Commission according to the Personal Ministry notification. Name the person who is the Law Minister and has launched Itate E-Dwar, an e-filing portal of Income Tax Appellate Tribunal. The answer for the same goes to that the person who is the Law Minister is Ravi Shankar Prasad. So Union Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad launched the e-filing portal of Income Tax Appellate Tribunal Itate E-Dwar on 4 p.m. Tuesday on June 25, 2021 in New Delhi. Which of the following IIT has recently developed rapid antigen test kit for COVID-19? So which IIT has developed this rapid antigen test kit for COVID-19? The answer for the same goes to IIT Delhi. So IIT Delhi has developed this rapid antigen test kit for COVID-19. Very important. Union Minister for State for Education Sanjay Dhotre has launched this rapid antigen test kit. So if the question comes that who has launched this rapid antigen test kit, then the answer is Sanjay Dhotre, right? This technology, he said, will revolutionize the COVID test availability in the country. And these tests are very important because, you know, in the past 1 year, what faced India was that we faced a very worst wave, second wave. And the testing was halted because we did not have even these test kits left. Forget about the treatment. So this is a very important thing, that one person can test himself for COVID and isolate himself as soon as possible, himself or herself. DRDO has successfully test-fired enhanced Pinaka rockets. What is the strike range of these rockets? So kindly tell me the range of Pinaka rockets which DRDO has launched. So the question can come like this: who has launched the Pinaka rockets? The answer is DRDO. What is the range of the rocket? That we will answer. Which rockets have been launched by the DRDO? Then the answer is this. So kindly give the correct answer. The answer for the same is that the range of Pinaka rockets is 45 kilometers. So DRDO has continued the development of artillery rocket systems, and DRDO has successfully test-fired this multi-barrel rocket launcher on 24th and 25th June, again in the integrated test range Chandipur off the coast of Odisha. These have a range of 45 kilometers. Pinaka is basically, I guess, in the name of 1008 names of Shiva it comes. I think it's Shiva or Arjun. Who among the following has recently won the gold in the men's compound event at the Archery World Cup in Paris after defeating US Chris Schaff in a dramatic final that needed a shoot-off to decide the winner? So who has won it? The answer goes to Abhishek Verma. So Abhishek Verma has won the historic gold at Archery World Cup, right? You can see it here. Abhishek Verma won gold in the men's compound event in the Archery World Cup in Paris after defeating US Chris Schaff in a dramatic final that needed a shoot-off to decide the winner. Who among the following became the first Indian swimmer to qualify for the upcoming Tokyo Olympics? The answer is that the first Indian swimmer to qualify for the upcoming Tokyo Olympics is Sajan Prakash. So Sajan Prakash became the first Indian swimmer to qualify for the upcoming Tokyo Olympics. He achieved this feat as he clocked 1 hour 56 minute and 38 seconds, 1 minute 56 seconds and 38 microseconds in men's 200-meter butterfly in Rome. The Union government has recently announced decision to extend the second phase of the faster adoption and manufacturing of hybrid and electric vehicle scheme till which year? The answer is March 31, 2024. So now this FAME scheme, instead of ending on March 31, 2022, will end on March 31, 2024. Important, and the only thing that you have to learn in this FAME scheme is faster adoption on manufacturing of hybrid and electric vehicle scheme. So basically this is like you can have gas, you can have electricity along with petrol, and this is are basically hybrid vehicles. Who among the following broke the 100-meter backstroke world record at the Australian Olympic trial recently? The answer is that the person who broke the 100-meter backstroke world record is Kaylee McKeown. So Australia's Kaylee McKeown said that the death of her father 10 months ago led her to take this resolve that she will break the 100-meter backstroke world record. This 19-year-old set the world benchmark in Australia's Olympic trials in Adelaide on Sunday night. Who among the following has recently won a bronze medal at the 10-meter air pistol event at the ISSF World Cup in Osijek? The answer is that the Olympic bound shooter Saurabh Chaudhary has won this bronze medal. So Tokyo bound shooter Saurabh Chaudhary opened India's account in the ISSF World Cup in Osijek, Croatia, with a bronze in the men's 10-meter air pistol event. Very important. Which of the following countries is planning to launch its first crewed missions to Mars in 2033? So which of the following country is going to launch its first crewed mission to Mars in 2033? The answer is China. So China aims to launch its first manned mission to Mars in 2033 and build a base on the red planet in the following missions, according to the head of the country's major rocket manufacturer. Name the person who took additional charge as NDDB's board's chairman for 6 months. The person who took additional charge as NDDB's board's chairman for 6 months is Minesh Shah. So Minesh Shah took charge as an additional charge as an NDDB chairman. He has replaced Varsha Joshi after her tenure ended on May 31, NDDB said in a statement. Which department has announced a tie-up with the global digital platform WhatsApp to launch the Digital Skill Championship program to train youth on digital skills and make them employment ready? The answer goes to NSDC. So National Skill Development Corporation partnered with WhatsApp to launch the Digital Skill Program for Youth. So NSDC, an apex body to manage Central Bank's Skill India or National Skill Development Mission, has announced a tie-up with the global digital platform WhatsApp to launch the Digital Skill Champion Program so that they can train youth on digital skills and make them employment ready. Which of the following company has signed a pact with the Madhya Pradesh government and Madhya Pradesh State Mining Corporation to explore the options of the manganese ore mining in 4 districts of the state? Kindly give the correct answer. The answer is that the company which has signed this pact with Madhya Pradesh government and MPSMCL is MOIL. So state-owned MOIL has signed a pact with this Madhya Pradesh government and MPSMCL. Right? They are going to explore the options of manganese ore in the 4 districts of the state. World Humanists Day 2021 was observed on which date? The answer is that the World Humanists Day was observed on June 21. June 21 is also the summer solstice. So humanists around the world celebrate World Humanists Day every year on 21st June. The day of the June solstice is a day symbolized by gatherings. Very important. Humanists Day originally began in America in the 1980s but has since grown to a worldwide event recognizing the global nature of humanist thought. Who among the following is the author of the novel titled as The Startup Wife? The answer for the same goes to Tahmima Anam. So Tahmima Anam has authored this book, The Startup Wife. The book is about the dynamics of modern day marriage in a highly competition driven world. It is published by Penguin Random House, India. Prasalla B. Ponamal passed away recently. He was a, or she was a, kindly give the correct answer. The answer is that Prasalla B. Ponamal was a singer. She was a Carnatic musician. She's a doyen of Carnatic music from Kerala and she passed away on Tuesday. She was 96. She won the Kerala Sangeet Natak Academy Award, Sangeet Natak Academy Fellowship, among others. She was awarded also the Padma Shri in 2017. Rubina Francis has recently created world record at World Shooting Para Sport Cup. She is from which of the following states? Kindly give the correct answer. Kindly give the correct answer. She is from which of the following states? The answer for the same is that Rubina Francis is from Madhya Pradesh. So Madhya Pradesh shooter Rubina Francis has set a world record and won herself the gold in the 10-meter air pistol para women event at the World Shooting Para Sport Cup in Peru on Wednesday. Rubina scored 238.1 points to win this. Rubina has a disability in her leg and fought hard, and her father said that she was a special child and that she has turned her weakness into her strength. Under the qualified institutional placement, Life Insurance Corporation, SBI Life and Canara Bank were among the top investors to pick up stakes in which bank? So this LIC, SBI Life and Canara Bank have invested in the Indian Bank. So Life Insurance Corporation, which is the country's largest and the only state-owned life insurance, picked up 17.80% of the shares issued under QIP. It was followed by SBI Life Insurance, SBI Mutual Fund, right? So very, very important. They have picked up shares in the Indian Bank. Which of the following country has recently become the second largest export destination of India in financial year 21? So the second largest export destination of India in financial year 21 is China. So China replaced UAE as the second largest export destination for India in the fiscal 2021, with outbound shipments to the neighboring country rising 27.53% to $21.8 billion in the pandemic year. Who among the following has delivered the ministerial address on the Declaration and Employment Working Group priorities at the G20 Labour and Employment Ministries meeting 2021, which was held in hybrid mode from Catania, Italy? The answer is Santosh Gangwar. So basically anywhere where employment, labor or any such thing comes, it's Santosh Gangwar because he is the labor minister. Santosh Gangwar. Until unless it is too much related with commerce or industry, then it will be Nirmala Sitharaman or Anurag Thakur. So Union Minister for Labour and Employment, Shri Santosh Gangwar, has said that India is going to strengthen its education and skilling efforts to ensure quality education from preschool to senior secondary stage. He addressed this G20 Labour and Employment Ministers meeting. 9th Moscow Conference on International Security. So the questions are here. 9th Moscow Conference. So where was the 9th Conference on International Security held? The answer is Moscow. Russia. Who among the following represented India in the summit? Kindly give the correct answer. Who represented India in the summit? The answer is our Defence Minister, our Defence Secretary Ajay Kumar. So Defence Secretary Ajay Kumar have addressed this 9th Moscow Conference on International Security. Defence Minister of Kazakhstan, Mongolia, Zimbabwe, Sudan and UN Under Secretary General for Peacekeeping participated in the session. 2 days Hemis festival was recently celebrated in which state? Kindly give the correct answer. The answer for the same goes to that this 2-day Hemis festival was celebrated in Ladakh. So Hermes festival in Ladakh is celebrated annually on the 10th day of Tesu lunar month of Tibetan calendar. Basically in this Tibetan calendar is the birth anniversary of Guru Padmasambhava, and he was a very great Guru, Padmasambhava, right? His teachings are very important, and that's why this festival is celebrated. Lamas dance around the central flagpole to the tunes of drums, cymbals and long horns. The otherwise cold barren desert comes to life during the Hermes festival. Very important. Who among the following has recently released the detailed project reports of LIDAR based on the survey of forest area in 10 states, namely Assam, Bihar, Chhattisgarh, Goa, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Manipur, Nagaland and Tripura. So who has released this detailed project reports, LIDAR? The answer is our Minister for Environment, Prakash Javadekar. So Minister for Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Prakash Javadekar, in a virtual event released the detailed project reports of LIDAR based on forest areas in 10 states, namely Assam, Bihar, Chhattisgarh, Goa, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Manipur, Nagaland and Tripura. So very important. Shri Javadekar informed that the project was awarded to WAPCOS, a PSU under the aegis of Ministry of Jal Shakti, Government of India, and they are conducting a unique experiment, LIDAR, which will help augment water and fodder in jungles areas, thereby reducing human-animal conflict. India's first Fenton catalytic reactor wastewater treatment plant was launched in which state? So India's first Fenton catalytic reactor. Kindly give the correct answer. The answer for the same is in Gujarat. So Gujarat CM Vijay Rupani has virtually inaugurated this country's first Fenton catalytic reactor. This will cater to at least 700 industrial units mostly engaged in manufacturing of chemicals and dyes at Vatva industrial area. Centre has recently extended the tenure of Chief Secretary Adityanath Das by 3 months. He is the Chief Secretary of which state? So Adityanath Das' tenure has been extended by 3 months. He is the Chief Secretary of Andhra Pradesh. So Centre extended the tenure of Chief Secretary Adityanath by 3 months, right? This request was given by Chief Minister Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy, right? And he was to be retired on June 30 on attaining the age of superannuation, but his tenure is extended by 3 months because the CM requested the Centre, and his annuation is extended by 3 months. National Insurance Awareness Day 2021 was observed on which date? The answer for the same goes to that the National Insurance Awareness Day was observed on June 29th. So if anything that the COVID has taught us, it is that health is our greatest asset. Investing in our health spares us and our family from a lot of financial problems and future worries. So very important. So National Insurance Awareness Day was observed on 29 June. India's insurance penetration is very low. 2 to 3% people only insure. Even where there are challans for insurance, people go for the vehicle insurance very grudgingly. And for the life insurance, the insurance plans are very what I can say is very less, but they take less interest. World Allergy Week is observed from which date? The answer is that World Allergy Week was observed from June 13th to June 19th. Many people have allergies to one or the other thing. Like for example, I have allergy to sesame seeds. Many people have allergy to, let us say, dust or any food, particular chocolate, particular kind of cereal. So this week is celebrated June 13 to 19, and it is observed from June 13 to 19, right? And this year they will focus on the topic of anaphylaxis, very important. Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Day 2021 was observed on which date? So Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Day was observed on 27th June. Very important. Laghu Udyog are very important for any economy, right? And they are celebrated every year on June since 2017 to recognize the contribution of these industries in the implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals. Growing Up Biden is a memoir of which person? So Growing Up Biden is a memoir of basically Joe Biden is now the 46th president of the US. He is the 46th president, and this memoir is written by her sister Valerie Biden Owens. He shares a very good rapport with her sister Valerie Biden Owens, and she has written this book. Like he is closer to his sister Valerie, referring to her as his best friend. Villery even quit her teaching job and moved in Sweden to take care of his two sons after he lost his first wife and daughter in a car accident in 1972. So you can see it here that how strong this brother and sister relationship is, because she took care of his two sons after he lost his first wife and daughter in a car accident in 1972, and she left her job. Very amicable relationship. Who among the following is the author of the book titled Anomalies in Love, in Law and Justice? The answer is that Justice R.V. Ravindran's book. Chief Justice of India N.V. Ramana released former Supreme Court Judge R.V. Ravindran's books Anomalies in Law and Justice. CJI spoke on the occasion, which was followed by a panel discussion. Book covers procedural as well as substantive law relating to civil procedure, electoral reforms, and the alternative dispute resolution mechanism. Laurel Hubbard became the first ever transgender athlete picked up to compete at an Olympics, and she is from which country? Basically, the transgender athletes are allowed now in the female sports. So this has given two kinds of given to two kind of disputes. Number one, wherever transgenders are participating, they are winning because of the biological factors, extra testosterone factors. Extra testosterone means more muscles. More muscles mean more strength, and naturally females won't have that because females have more estrogen. So transgenders are winning. The critics are saying that this should be done so as to include more transgender and give them an inclusive feeling, right? But then this inclusive feeling is coming at the cost of female sports now. So she is from none of these countries, she is from New Zealand. So New Zealand's Laurel Hubbard has become the first ever transgender athlete to compete at an Olympics, right? Who among the following has recently won the Styrian Grand Prix 2021? The answer for the same goes to that the Styrian Grand Prix 2021 is won by Max Verstappen. So I will give you a tip that you take these circuits and make a list like what Lewis Hamilton has won and what Max Verstappen has won, because only then you will be able to remember it. So Max Verstappen claimed a second win in 7 days with the victory in the Styrian Grand Prix, and he has won over his title rival Lewis Hamilton, right? Valtteri Bottas claimed the third ahead of Sergio Perez. So he has won the French Grand Prix and he has won the Styrian Grand Prix also. DRDO has recently testified Agni P, an advanced variant of Agni class of missiles. It is a canistered missile and has a range capability between how many kilometers? The answer is that the Agni P as an advanced variant of Agni class missiles. Give the range. The answer is 1000 and 2000 kilometers. So Agni P has a range between 1000 to 2000 kilometers. It's a new nuclear capable missile made up full of composite material, and it was a textbook launch. Textbook launch means that it was just without any errors. Who among the following has recently launched the website for Nasha Mukt Bharat Abhiyan on the occasion of International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking? So who has launched it? The answer is that this Nasha Mukt Bharat Abhiyan was launched by Thawar Chand Gehlot. He is our Minister for Social Justice, and he has launched this in the presence of Minister for State, Shri Krishna Pal Gurjar, Shri Ramdas Athavale, Shri Ratan Lal Kataria, and they have launched this website for Nasha Mukt Bharat Abhiyan on the occasion of International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking today. Which of the following bank has recently acquired a 7.4% stake in the Virtuoso Infotech? So which of the bank have launched this 7.4% stake in Virtuoso Infotech? The answer is HDFC Bank. So HDFC Bank has acquired a 7.4% stake in Virtuoso Infotech. It specializes in product engineering and offers customized software solution for enterprise across a wide range of sectors. These include hospitality, finance, media, religious institution, community, cloud computing, food and travel industries, and data analytics and machine learning. Central government has decided to extend the tenure of KK Venugopal as the Attorney General by how much time? The answer is the government has decided to give AG an extension of 1 year. So the tenure of KK Venugopal as Attorney General is extended by 1 year, right? Though the Attorney General usually has a tenure of 3 years, Venugopal have requested to government to give him a 1-year tenure, keeping in mind his advanced age. He is 90 years old. He is filing very high profile cases in the Supreme Court, and the government has decided to extend his tenure for 1 more year. Shibulal as the chairperson of a 3-member task force which will assist in bringing major bureaucratic reforms through Mission Karmyogi. He is the former CEO of which company? The answer is that SD Shibulal is the former chairperson of Infosys. So CEO SD Shibulal is the chairperson of the 3-member task force which will assist in bringing major bureaucratic reforms through Mission Karmyogi. Very important. Which airport has recently won ACI's Role of Excellence honor in ASQ? The answer is that the ACI's Role of Excellence honor in ASQ has been won by Cochin International Airport. So Cochin International Airport has won the Global Award for Quality of Service, right? Airport Council Integration Director General Luis Philip de Oliveira in communique announced this recognition. Which metro has recently received prestigious Outstanding Civil Engineering Achievement Award for the year 2020 from the Japan Society of Civil Engineers? I will give you a hint that Japan has given the soft loan for the development of this metro. The answer is Delhi Metro. So Delhi Metro has received the prestigious Outstanding Civil Engineering Achievement Award in the 2020 from Japan Society of Civil Engineers for its high quality infrastructure development projects under phase 1, 2 and 3. Global Alliance of Mass Entrepreneurship, GAME, has recently signed a pact with which firm to help micro, small and medium enterprises so that they can address their challenges that were accentuated during the pandemic? The answer for the same goes to GAME has partnered with Small Industries and Development Bank of India, that is SIDBI. So GAME has partnered with SIDBI to help micro, small and medium enterprises to address the challenges that were accentuated during the pandemic. Very important. Which company has announced a strategic equity investment in InstaMojo, India's largest full stack digital solution provider for MSME? The answer is that the company which has announced strategic equity investment in InstaMojo is MasterCard. So MasterCard has announced a strategic equity investment in InstaMojo, India's largest full stack digital solution provider for MSME. This investment is aimed at empowering millions of MSMEs and gig workers by providing easy to use solutions that will help them to rapidly digitize, such as setting up online stores equipped with digital payment acceptance capabilities and reach out to customers. State-owned power giant NTPC has set a target to install how much renewable energy capacity by 2032? The answer is that the state-owned power giant NTPC has targeted to install 60 gigawatt of renewable energy capacity by 2032. The country's largest power producer is also aiming a 10% reduction in the net energy intensity by 2032. Very important. As per the recent report, Financial Action Task Force has retained which country in its grey list for failing to adequately investigate and prosecute senior leaders and commanders of the UN designated terrorist groups? The answer is that the FATF has retained none of these, that is Pakistan. FATF has retained Pakistan on its grey list because it has not taken action against major terrorist groups and terrorist people. World Bank has recently approved 1860 crore loan for the implementation of SALT program in which state? The answer is that the World Bank has recently approved this 1860 crore plan in Andhra Pradesh. So Andhra Pradesh has started a program to transform foundational learning in government schools for which the World Bank has approved a loan of $250 million. Very important. Main objectives of this program are called supporting Andhra's learning transformation, and this will strengthen foundation schools and provide training and skill development to teachers. Gujarat-based ArcelorMittal Nippon Steel has recently executed India's very first paperless bill discounting transaction in partnership with which bank? The answer is that ArcelorMittal Nippon Steel in partnership with ICICI Bank has executed this paperless bill discounting transaction in partnership with ICICI Bank. Reserve Bank of India has extended the timeline for restrictions on Punjab and Maharashtra Cooperative Bank till what date after taking into account the prospective time required for restructuring process of the bank? The answer is December 31, 2021. So they have extended the timeline for restrictions on PMC Bank till December 31, 2021, till the end of the year. Who among the following has been appointed as the acting Chief Justice with effect from July 1, 2021? So acting Chief Justice of Himachal Pradesh High Court, they have forgotten to written that, HP High Court. The answer is that Justice Ravi Malimat. So Justice Ravi Malimat, the senior most judge of Himachal Pradesh High Court, has been appointed as the acting Chief Justice upon the retirement of the present Chief Justice L. Narayan Swamy. Right, very important. National Statistics Day 2021 was observed on which date? The answer is that the National Statistics Day was observed on none of these dates. It was observed on June 29th. So National Statistics Day is observed on June 29th on the honor of Prasanta Chandra Mahalanobis. He was the father of modern statistics, and the answer for static GK question is that who is the father of the modern statistics in India? The answer is Prasanta Chandra Mahalanobis. International Day of the Tropics 2021 was observed on which date? The answer is that the International Day for Tropics was observed on June 29th. So International Day of Tropics is observed every year on June 29th to highlight opportunities, unique challenges faced by the nations lying between the tropics and celebrates the diversity of the tropical regions. Name the person who was the creator of Eponymous antivirus software who was found dead in a prison outside Barcelona. The answer is that this Eponymous antivirus software founder is John McAfee. So John McAfee, the creator of Eponymous antivirus software, was found dead on Wednesday in a prison outside Barcelona. He was 75 years old. Mir Hazar Khan Khoso passed away recently. He was the former cricketer of which country? So Mir Hazar Khoso. Kindly give the correct answer. He was the former cricketer. They have written cricketer, but no, it's not the cricketer. He was the former PM, caretaker PM of which country? I think cricketer has been written by mistake. So he was the former caretaker PM of which country? The answer is Pakistan. So Pakistan former caretaker Prime Minister Mir Hazar Khan Khoso passed away Saturday due to a cardiac arrest. He was the caretaker minister during 2013 for 3 months, after which power went to Nawaz Sharif. Shiva Shankaran Nair has passed away recently. He was the answer for the same is that Shiva Shankaran Nair was a Malayalam cinematographer. So Shiva Shankaran Nair was a Malayalam cinematographer and he has passed away. The 3-time National Award winning cinematographer and filmmaker Shivan passed away at his home in Thiruvananthapuram in the wee hours on Thursday. He was 89. Who among the following has recently become the first ever Indian swimmer to make Olympic A cut? The answer for the same goes to that the person who has become the first ever Indian swimmer to make the Olympic A cut is Sajan Prakash. So Sajan Prakash has made the Olympic cut and he is the first Indian swimmer who is going to Tokyo Olympics. Who among the following has regained number 1 position in the global rankings, followed her hat trick in the gold medals at the World Cup Stage 3 in Paris? The answer is that the person who has regained this number 1 position is Deepika Kumari. So Deepika Kumari has won this number 1 position in global rankings. She achieved this top spot for the first time in 2012. Very important. New spider species Ishai tukarami has recently been named after which person? The answer is that this new spider species Isuis tukarami has been named after Tukaram Omble. I hope you remember Tukaram Omble was the person who went to Kasab's car when it crashed and took 26 bullets. So he was instrumental in capturing Kasab alive, and this new species Isius tukarami is named after him. Who among the following has launched the Enforcing Contracts portal that is aimed at improving the ease of doing business in India? So who has launched it? Enforcing Contract portal. The answer is that this Enforcing Contract portal was launched by Barun Mitra. So doing business report of the World Bank Group benchmark recognition across 191 economies of the world, and this enforcement contracts indicator is one such essential area that measures time and cost to resolve a standardized commercial dispute. And this, for having this eased up, Enforcing Contract portal was launched by Minister for this Mr. Barun Mitra from the Department of Justice. Who among the following has recently been reappointed as the Deputy Election Commissioner for 1 year? The answer is that the Deputy Election Commissioner for 1 year recently been reappointed is Umesh Sinha. So, Appointment Committee of the Cabinet has approved the extension of the term of re-employment of Umesh Sinha as Deputy Election Commissioner on contract basis for a period of 1 year. Name the person who has completed his tenure as the chairperson of the governing body of ILO. Kindly give the correct answer. The answer is that India's Apurva Chandra has completed his tenure as the chairperson of the governing body of ILO. Right? Very important. Stephen Löfven is the Prime Minister of which country that has recently resigned after the no confidence vote? The answer is that Stephen Löfven is the Prime Minister of Sweden and he has resigned. Right? Swedish Prime Minister Stephen Löfven said he was resigning, handling the Speaker of Parliament of the job for finding a new premier after the Social Democrat leader lost a vote of no confidence last week. Who among the following has recently won the Japan's Fukuoka Grand Prize 2021? The answer is that Japan's prize, Fukuoka Grand Prize, was won by journalist Palagumi Sainath. So, renowned journalist P. Sainath was the recipient of this Fukuoka Grand Prize. He received this prize as a journalist, and this prize is given to people from all Asian countries for investigating impoverished farming villages in India, listening to voices from the rural population. So he won this award for this investigation. Dawara E-Diary Solutions is in partnership with which insurance company has launched an AI-led digital tag Surbhi E-Tag to identify cattle based on muzzle identity. So the answer is that this Dwara E-Diary solution has partnered with IFCO Tokyo General Insurance, right? And they will give this tag Surbhi E-Tag to identify cattle based on muzzle identity. Very important. The company said that one of the biggest issues faced by cattle insurance companies is the accurate identification of cattle and processing time involved. But now with this tag, it will be easier for the companies and for the end users. Thank you very much for watching.